Welcome back to the Alternative Highs podcast, the number one podcast in Southwestern Ontario. That is just a fact. Quick PSA for y'all. 95% of you are watching, but you're not subscribed. Hit that subscribe button. Help me hit that algorithm a little harder so I can produce a little bit more. And with that, on with the show. Today's guest, it's funny because it took about a year and a half, but he's finally sitting in the seat across from me. I've been following him for a couple of years now, a few years anyhow. Robert Bellamy. Rob, you've got a very fascinating story. It's very unique.
I'll go with that. I like the unique.
Rob, welcome to the podcast.
Thanks for having me here. This is amazing.
Thank you for coming. Appreciate it. It is really cool. I'm very proud of it. I'm very lucky to be in the position I'm in.
Absolutely.
So, Robert, without me knowing, tell me more about you. How did you get to, we'll get to what project you've been on, but how did you get there? What's Robert been doing for the last couple decades?
I think it all started when a friend of mine was putting together a movie in 2012. And she said, "Do you want to do a little cameo thing as a bouncer?" It's like, sure. So I went out to do that little cameo. And it was a blast.
Yeah.
Ended up sticking around, became the production manager for that particular film, and then ended up joining that company.
Okay.
And then in the process of that, one of my best friends owns the game store here in town, Game Masters Emporium. We got together and decided that we also wanted to launch a Comic-Con.
Okay.
So CKX was born.
That is where when I started following you, when I found out about that, because you were really good at marketing that, I really get fascinated with the marketing part of everything.
Oh, it's unique.
Well, it's a small area. It was a brand new idea. You never know how something's going to hit.
Exactly.
How did that hit for you the first?
Well, the first year we did it actually at the Legion on St. Clair. It's now USB.
Mm-hmm.
And we were hoping to have like 80 people show up because it was just cosplaying games.
Yep.
And we filled it. It was almost 160 people.
Yeah.
And so the very next year, Chris and I got talking. He goes, "Okay, we need to go bigger." And he got the Bradley Center. I'm going,
Yep.
"Dude, you're going way too big."
Yeah.
But we stuck with it, and it worked.
Yeah. It's a massive turnout.
It's been growing a little every year since then. So
what year are you in now with that?
This is our 12th year coming up.
That's wild.
Yeah.
So wild. Crazy. And what was last year's attendance like?
Last year we had, I think it was just over 3,000 people total for both days.
That's crazy.
Yeah. And because it is different for ours. A lot of the shows that they have at the Bradley Center, people come for 20 minutes, a half hour, and then leave.
Okay. But
with CKX, people come and they stay.
Yep.
You know, and that's what we try to do, is to make the people want to stay there and see everything.
I pay attention to my news feed when it's going on because it is interesting. I've never made it, but it's so cool.
You have to come this year.
This year I will. I'll be there for you. So, okay, we got sidetracked there. Let's go back 24 years ago. We started this. Your production manager. Had you worked in this at all, or did you just step into a position that you'd never ever worked and
that particular position? No. Like, I used to live in London a long time ago. And when I was living in London, there was about 3 friends of mine. We'd get together and we would make film on video cassette back then.
Okay.
And we had a blast chucking dummies out of 3rd floor windows and making our own squibs. Like, it was all homemade.
Yeah.
But then moving back home, I got out of it again. But being on set was fun. So when they said be production manager, it's like, yeah, absolutely. What do I do? And just ran with it from there.
So what did you get into after you started the comic? What was it called?
CKX?
Yeah.
Well, we started CKX, and it was actually the same time we actually started filming. It was called The Heart's Journey. It was the next movie we did after that one. And we started a podcast too called The Movie Madhouse, which still runs.
Yeah.
But it's just a little, we talk about movies and that's it.
Yeah. How long have you been doing the podcast?
It's coming up on 14 years now.
Amazing.
Yeah.
One of the first podcasters.
Yeah. And it's gone through so many changes. So, but, so we started the podcast, and then we got into CKX. And since then, I've also started a film festival here in Chatham.
Yeah.
And, that kind of occupies my time.
Yeah.
On top of the filming.
So your latest film, tell me about that.
It was a script that I wrote as a feature film, and then a friend of mine, Walter Riggy from Windsor, we always wanted to do something together. So we took the first 16 pages and filmed it as a pitch. And Bell ended up picking it up, but they wanted it as a series.
Okay.
So I had to go back, do a couple little tweaks, and turned it into 6 episodes, which is now on Bell.
That's really cool. So when did you start that process?
The scripting process?
Of this show?
Honestly, about 4.5 years ago.
I was gonna say, it's a process from what I understand. I've never been in it, but I've been chatting with people.
Yeah, and this one went through different iterations too, because it started out as a script about a lawyer that had to come back home to live with his parents with his teenage daughter because he was getting a divorce.
Okay.
That was the original script. And it wasn't working. No matter what I put on paper, it just felt flat.
Okay.
And then I was also doing a podcast at the time with a professional wrestler named Sid Vicious, right?
Shut the front door.
Yeah. It's called the Vicious Circle Podcast. And he had enjoyed the acting that he had done.
Yeah.
So he wanted to come up to Canada and do some filming.
Yeah.
So I literally wrote a scene, which is in the show, where the president of this biker club confronts this guy and tells him to quit messing in his business. And Sid's like, this is awesome. Yeah. And then COVID hit. So we never got to do that.
Yeah.
But while I was putting all that together, a buddy of mine kept going, you got to write a biker movie. You got to write a biker movie. And that's when I figured I'm just going to push the two together. And that's what became A Long Ride Home.
No kidding. I put a little pin. How did the Sid Vicious podcast come to be?
There was a gentleman in California named Steve who I talked to every once in a while to bring guests for CKX.
Okay.
Right. He originally pitched me because he wanted to put guests on my podcast, right? The Movie Madhouse. But I found it more beneficial for CKX. We had Eddie Deason come up from Greece and things like that. And he got a call, and Sid found out Sid wanted to make a podcast.
Yeah.
And he goes, you're the only guy I know that does podcasting. And it's like, sure. So I drove to Arkansas, and we got Sid set up with a laptop because he had no computers.
Yeah.
Got him set up with the laptop and the headset and everything. So by the time we left, we had recorded, I think, 6 episodes. Jeez. And then when I came back home to Canada, got on the computer, because showed him like 3 or 4 clicks. That's all he had to do to get into the system, and he was good to go from there.
Yeah. Wow. Is it still?
No, he passed away a year and a half ago.
Geez.
Yeah.
I didn't even know.
Yeah.
Well, how many episodes did he end up filming from you setting this up?
83 episodes.
Shut the front door.
Yeah.
You're very well spoken, so it's no surprise that you created a couple great podcasts. So how often do you do your podcast now?
Movie Madhouse? Bi-weekly, if not weekly.
Yeah.
There are times where we'll just take a week off and we'll get together, pick 5 movies, roll the dice, and that's what we watch. You know, and then we come back and talk about it on the next one. So it's very loose that way.
I like that. That's a great idea.
Oh, it's fun.
What will you get going on next then? Any new projects on the horizon? You would continue to build off of the TV show, ride that. What do you do with that?
Well, we hope, just like everybody, maybe there's a season 2 that might be able to come out of this. So we're working on that possibility, but also working with Walt on a couple other ideas.
Yeah.
And see where that goes.
What have you, so TV show took away from feature film. Will you still try to build into a feature film?
Actually, yeah. With the way the licensing goes with Bell, once we get it back, we can do what we want with it.
Yep.
And we're putting it back together as the feature.
Okay.
And that's how we'll be looking for distribution as a feature.
Oh, that's really neat.
Yeah.
That's really cool. So if I'm lost in time here. There's so much with you it's just a very fascinating. What do you enjoy more? Because I see you chatting, I see you doing. Is the writing easier to you, or would you rather be in front of the camera, behind the camera?
I always thought in front would be cool,
Yeah,
but no, behind.
yeah.
And
Why?
uh, I just find you could be far more creative behind the camera.
Okay.
You know what I mean? And when you're in front of the camera, you are limited, but because you have one character to control,
Yeah.
which is great. And then some of the people that I've seen, they own that character. You know what I mean? I don't think I could ever rise to that level,
It's very difficult.
which is why I like the behind,
Okay.
because then you can play with a whole bunch of different aspects.
You didn't really touch on it, but when you first started out, was this just all self-taught? Or do you have some schooling
Mostly
behind?
self-taught. Yeah, I
Yeah.
did go to school for a year for editing and script writing.
Tell me what you
But
think about editing.
hmm, I don't mind it.
Yeah.
I hated it for the program that they had us use. They had us use Avid or Avid, depending on how you pronounce it. And
The producer
I heard
laughing.
the groan. Yeah.
I literally just was talking about editing yesterday. I honestly, it, I can't wrap my head around it. When you gentlemen get to this editing and you make something so cool, because I just see the final picture. I'm like, oh, cool. But I don't know the work that goes into it. Now, doing these podcasts, doing the first little bit by myself, there was very limited editing, but I still had to do some things. I can remember one of my first podcasts, my doctor's 14, 15-year-old son said something that we had to edit out. And I was like, what the fuck? What do you expect me to do?
I completely understand that. That's why the movie Madhouse
Yeah.
and The Vicious Circle were all live. That way there was no editing. It was what it was.
No.
But I still do. I did another podcast called Bits Radio,
Okay.
which is for Blood in the Snow, a film festival in Toronto.
Okay.
Amazing festival. But for the first 2 years, Kelly, the festival director, wanted them edited. And I still remember I edited one episode. It was a 12-minute episode, and I spent about 5 hours editing it because he wanted the ums and ahs taken out.
Mm-hmm.
And there were a lot of them.
Uh-huh.
So after the second year, it's like, no, we can't do that anymore. So
And that's the thing. I could never imagine having to do it for somebody else where they were telling me no ums and ahs, because there's a lot of ums and ahs when you're doing something on the fly and you're trying to think of what your next. Because if he scripted anything for me, we'd be cooked. I wouldn't know what to do. I'd forget. He has to remind me at the end of to close out. So I could not imagine.
But
So
it is fun though. Like when you
when
get
it's
into visual editing, as
yeah,
opposed, because that was just audio. Right now, I'm in the middle of editing a music video for a friend of mine,
okay.
and I love that particular part of it, especially because it's only 3.5 minutes. So that's like perfect.
Why 3.5 minutes makes sense to me. Why it would be fun, short, but you've got probably what, a couple hours of stuff that you got to condense into that 3.5 minutes.
Yep.
So watching that probably 15, 20 times over to find that moment, or do you figure it out in that moment? Are you that focused in that you can do it?
I'm doing what I shouldn't be doing, and Daniel would know exactly that too. When you're directing, you should be thinking as an editor. But literally, when we were filming the music video, I was filming it like an editor. So I already had the shots figured out where I wanted to put them in the video,
Okay.
and it was basically just drop, 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 and then make it pretty.
That's very interesting.
So yeah, I did what I shouldn't have done.
Why do you, Daniel, why does he say that? Do you do that too?
Basically, I guess you want to solve most of your in the post-production.
It just sounds very efficient to me.
Well, especially in independent film. Yeah. you have to do it that way. Like, you're not supposed to, but you do.
I think we got to change these rules of what you're not supposed to do.
Well, see, then I shot a short film. It was during COVID. My brain was gone, and I shot a short film for a therapy session to myself.
Okay.
And I actually was in it acting, and I hate the performance because I wasn't focused on the performance and I wasn't focused on directing. I was trying to do both. And it really hit it. So
it's funny that when you hear certain actors can do, they'll do both. I'm like, how do you do that? Because that would be very difficult because you just have so much on your mind. How do you stay in character for that?
I gotta be honest, if I wasn't so emotionally connected to that particular story, I might have been able to do it.
Yeah.
But because I was so emotionally invested, I found I was pulling myself out of my character to focus on directing, and then they both suffer.
You said you did that during COVID?
Yeah, we filmed it in 21.
So COVID, like, obviously that was a very stagnant time for everybody. What did you do to pass the time? Film these? Because not allowed to be around each other too much.
We did a lot of video podcasts. Like, I did a lot of video podcasts for Blood in the Snow. Sid and I did a whole lot of video stuff that way.
Yep.
And then we even did a virtual CKX in 2021.
Oh, that's cool.
10 hours on the Saturday. We had people from England Skype in, California.
Oh, that's great.
It was amazing, the number of people. And these were celebrities that just said, yeah, we'll do it. There was no charge. They just jumped in to have fun.
Oh, that's cool. I mean, when you said your brain went mush, I was thinking it was going to be, you're successful through it. Have you found a way to monetize your podcasting?
No, because I don't focus on it enough to really make it an entity. It's just a fun little thing that takes my brain away.
Yep.
And I have fun doing it with friends.
Yeah.
That's all it's for.
Sounds like you've done, what, half a dozen different podcasts?
I think so, yeah. Because I did another one called Canuck of the Dead for a while on Infamous Horror.
Where are these all at? YouTube or?
Yeah, there's a Facebook page that started out. A friend of mine got a hold of it, and it had something like 2.3 million followers. And he goes, let's do some shows on here. So then he branched it into a YouTube channel as well, and we started putting shows out on there.
Very
There's
interesting.
like 12 or 13 different shows.
What do you think for, will you continue to podcast?
I think so, just because it's my break.
Yeah.
No matter what's going on, I can just sit in front of that mic for an hour.
It is a lot of fun. And when you're doing yours, you're just picking, spin the bottle, and you're just picking.
Pretty much, yeah.
Do you guys ever have guests on?
Oh, yeah. We did a whole, just before COVID, actually, we did a whole segment called the Movie Manhattan Spotlight, where we had different people like Tyler Main and with Jason Mack. Who else did we have? Julian Richings came on for one. We would have these little spotlights. George Mahalka, director for My Bloody Valentine, they would just jump on, and for 20 minutes, they would just...
That's so cool.
Yeah.
It's definitely one of the... In all of my jobs, I mean, this is probably the least paying one I've ever had, but it is the most fun I've ever had.
Exactly.
I have never had this much passion and this much love for something that didn't have a double avenue of bringing me something in other than happiness, getting to have these conversations. Like, it's an education, really.
Oh, big time.
I've learned more just having these conversations than I did in however many years I was in school. We'll call it a lot.
And I think that's why I'm not trying to monetize those particular podcasts, because it's fun.
Yeah.
And for the longest time, I was a DJ for...
Where'd you DJ?
It was mostly weddings and things like that.
Okay.
But that's where it got to me. I used to have fun doing it.
Yep.
And then I was doing like 3 weddings on a weekend, almost every weekend during the summer.
Yeah.
And I hated music.
Yeah.
And I don't want this to turn into that.
I get you.
You know what I mean?
can
So it's
feel
like,
it.
if I don't even try and make it a thing, then it'll just be fun.
Yeah. I can totally understand. My old roommate was a DJ, and he's like, I used to love this, but it's taking away.
Oh, there are certain songs I can't, like Macarena, oh my God. Oh,
Yeah. There's a few songs, if I ever heard again, it'd be too soon. So let's go back to your TV show on Bell.
Yeah.
How? Just tell me how. What makes you want to go to a TV, well, I guess a network, and be like, I'm from Chatham. I want to do this. Here's this. How do I get to that?
I got to be honest, that was never even on my radar. Walt and I got together. We did this, put together for a pitch. We didn't have a clue what we were going to do with it yet.
Yeah.
Part of it was filmed in Windsor, and Amanda Gelman, who runs the media center in Windsor, offered her house, which was where we filmed. So as a repayment, it's like, we'll come down and we'll do a screening. So we came down with the pilot. It was 18 minutes. And when I was done screening it, she goes, you have to come back tomorrow. It's like, why? And because this was a Sunday night.
Mm-hmm.
And she goes, Bell is going to be here. They're doing pitch projects. You got to come and present this. It's like, Bell's not going to want this. You know, it's like motorcycles and stuff. She goes, they're going to love it. Come back. So it's like, okay. So I went back the next day with a little pitch package, and we had 5 minutes to pitch to Bell. And that's when we spoke afterwards, three times, and then we were signed.
That's wild.
And
can you give me the cliff notes of the TV show?
What it's about?
Yep.
The main character is Mick Gale, and when he was 15, 16, he was being abused at home.
Okay.
So he left home. Didn't look back. And then 25 years later, gets a call from his mom that his dad was killed in prison. So he comes back to try and help her. But his dad was also the VP in a motorcycle club. So now he's trying to skirt that world as well and figure out what happened. That's it in a nutshell.
I like that in a nutshell. Kind of, you take the lawyer, the son. So is that how you came to that?
It was that lawyer script.
Yeah.
And then boom, because Mick Gale is a lawyer in this show.
That was really cool. So have you started, just in case, started writing the second season?
There are thoughts, many, many thoughts. And
so when you have those thoughts, is it just a bunch of whiteboard ideas jotted down, papers?
Yes, but this is modern, so it's Google Drive.
Okay.
And I've got pages of just, this happens, this happens, this happens. Now I got to shuffle them together and make a plot.
I love that. I am excited because I do want to see this. I really want to.
I hope you enjoy it. I really do.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And it's released now?
Yep. February 26th, it went live on Bell.
What's been like the general consensus?
I've been hearing a lot of positive stuff.
That's got to be a great feeling, eh?
Oh, it is. And even some of the negative that I've heard, it's like, okay, that's fair. And that definitely can be. I'm in a unique position. Like I said, we're putting it back together as a movie.
Mm-hmm.
So I can now massage those areas.
Oh, that's cool.
That
you got a great perspective on it to be like, oh yeah, that's not really a negative. I appreciate that. I love when people get negative.
Oh,
it just means you're paying attention.
And I got to be honest, I like the negative more than the positive. Because if I wanted positive, I'd show my mom, oh, that's amazing. You did great. Right? Yeah. One of my best moments during this whole filming was a huge fight I had with the main actor. And that was because the night before this shot, he goes, I don't think my character would do it the way you have it. And I explained, no, the character does it because this, blah, 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 you know. And okay, I thought we had it like up. The next morning, we're on the set, we're getting ready, and the cast and crew, everybody's there. And he says, you know what? I still don't think we should do it this way. And then the gaffer goes, yeah, why are you doing it that way? It seems stupid. And it's like, whoa, wait a minute. So I took a step back. We came in and we shot it the way the actor wanted it to. And then I looked at the DP and he went, it's like, okay, now we'll do it the way I said. And we went through it and it was great. And even the other people went, okay, that was much better. But the reason I like it is because he had passion about a character that I wrote.
Okay.
You know, he felt that strongly about that character.
I was waiting. I was wondering what you're going to say there because I was ready to come on board. We'll throw hands.
I've never experienced someone loving a character I've created that deeply.
Yeah.
And that's why I will defend that kind of stuff till my dying days, because that's true love for a character there.
Yeah. The passion in these projects has got to be, because it's a passion. It's not like when you're just building something, there's not a high paying.
No, most of the independent projects you see, if it's a short, there's probably no budget.
Yeah.
You know, it's just a bunch of people getting together and trying to make something.
Yeah. Which is something I can totally understand.
Oh, yeah.
These passion projects, they'll get the best of you. Rob, I hear you brought a clip from your show.
Absolutely.
And
just a little clip to give you a little flavor of the drama.
Give me a little explanation about it.
This is Mick has been looking around and kind of pokes his nose where he shouldn't have. So Butch, the president of the club, kind of puts his nose back where it should be. And now he's coming home to his mom. That's it.
Let's go.
I know. I'm doing the best I can. Karen, I gotta call you back. Yeah, sure, bye. What happened to you?
Butch. Butch happened to me.
Why would he do this?
May have been asking about the club with some people.
What do you mean?
I was asking some guys about how much my dad and the club pushed them with the drug sales.
Mick.
Ma, I gotta figure this out.
Then figure it out. And stop focusing on your father's past.
This is all about my father's past. It's about the carnage all of his actions brought around him.
Mick, I love you. But you're being an ass. You left here 25 years ago and didn't turn back. You decided that we weren't worth keeping. It broke my heart. And it broke your father's heart. He kept asking why you left. He said he didn't understand. And the club saved his life.
Didn't understand? He treated me like a punching bag every time he got drunk or angry. Pretty fucking simple. I'm sorry.
You carry on doing whatever you have to do. I'm going to bed now.
That's Mick.
That's cool. You wrote that?
Yeah, that was, like I said, that was part of the lawyer script.
I'm just so amazed. Like, that's cool.
Thank you so much. That means a lot. That does.
When you're coming up with characters like that, and you're trying to figure out their personalities, how did you? I don't know how to word what I want to ask, but how did you get to him and her and that?
Because when Mick left home, and it's projected throughout the beginning, Mick has no connections.
Yeah.
Because he left home so early. He felt he was being beat up every other day. So he's a dick. And that was Mick's name on set. Yeah. Right? Is the dick ready to go, you know? And that's how he comes across for most of that part.
Yeah.
And it's also the mom trying to balance the loss of her husband, which the son hated, and the fact that her son is now back.
And having that love. Yeah.
And this was a typical.
Because I was sitting there thinking, I was like, for mom, that's going to be such a difficult thing, because baby boy, 25 years, husband dead. Now I gotta go watch this.
This is a bunch of straws that have finally landed, which let her
Yeah,
do that.
so cool. Robert, you gotta, that's, what did I get to watch? 90 seconds there, 3 minutes? That was awesome.
Well,
That was,
thank you.
I can't wait to watch the rest of this.
I hope you like it. I really do.
I'll send you a message. I'll let you know.
You got it.
Because I bet you what I've got to say will be very important.
Dude, it's all important. It is.
So cool. I'm good for you. Congratulations.
Thank you again.
I love when I see and meet people that do cool shit, follow their passions, and just run with it. That's what makes my hair stand up.
Excellent. Thank
Okay.
you so much.
No, thank you. Appreciate it. Well, Mr. Bellamy, I appreciate your time today.
Oh, no. Thank you.
That was really great. I will have to get you back on, and I think I need to come to some of your projects and see how you move and shake, because I would really love to see something like that.
Done.
Yeah, and I think we're gonna watch a clip of yours anyways here shortly.
Yes.
But Rob, I appreciate you so much.
Thank you, sir.
Thank
Thank
you.
you so much.
Thank you, Daniel. Well,